Welcome to the FDA Project DataSphere Symposium on Rare Cancer Registries. I'm Bill Louv, President of Project DataSphere, and it's my pleasure to be sharing the virtual stage with Dr. Julia Beaver. Julia is Chief of Medical Oncology at the FDA Oncology Center of Excellence, and it's been great to work with Julia and her colleagues to bring this symposium to you today. And Julia, I'd like now to invite you to share your thoughts about the importance of today's symposium.
Great, thank you. Good afternoon. I am very excited to be able to join in welcoming you all to this symposium. FDA and Project DataSphere have a great history of collaboration with numerous past and ongoing projects working together towards advancing innovation in drug development. FDA and PDS have sponsored 8 past symposia focused on targeted research topics ranging from immune-mediated adverse events, artificial intelligence, big data, and immuno-oncology endpoints. This 9th symposium really hopes to address critical questions in the field of rare cancer registries with an ultimate goal to drive improvements in patient treatment, bringing safe and effective drugs to patients with rare malignancies in the most efficient and expeditious manner. This area is of particular relevance as it's clear over the last few years that improvements in molecular profiling and scientific knowledge have fostered a better understanding of biology and disease heterogeneity, resulting in rare tumor subtypes forming out of more common malignancies. And this has resulted in increasing levels of interest in rare cancer drug development, be it for cancers with rare mutations or rarer cancers that may not be as well understood with limited treatment options and high unmet medical needs. From a regulatory standpoint, it's critical to understand the natural history of disease for rare cancers. And we've been able to leverage registries to an extent in the past for regulatory purposes. However, with information technology breakthroughs and more innovative data science, cancer registries represent a real-world data source that can offer many potential benefits, such as the ability to collect and pool cancer data for individual patients, follow patients longitudinally for cancer-related outcomes and safety, and thereby achieve a better picture of the natural history of the rare cancer. Also allow for a more complete risk-benefit assessment of application from a regulatory standpoint. Also, rare cancer registries could help with trial planning and estimation of effect, and knowledge gleaned from those registries can be very helpful with this regard to study design. Registries can also be employed for study recruitment into research and interventional studies, either for rare cancers or biomarker subgroups of disease, where patients would know their mutation, be notified, and then empowered to join appropriate clinical trials as they open. Registry data can also be linked with patient-reported outcome data and facilitate a more patient-centered approach. And ultimately, rare cancer registries can supplement and complement more traditional clinical trial data, as well as drug development programs, potentially for use as external data sources. Opportunities still exist to better standardize and harmonize data elements, ensure data are relevant, robust, and reliable, and improve startup of broader registry networks. And patient involvement in rare cancer registries can assist with this and in driving the field forward, and will be critical to expanding the regulatory uses for registries. We are thrilled to be able to welcome you all to the conversations today, which will cover a lot of ground, going into details on the impact of registries on clinical practice and clinical decision-making, as well as the ability for rare cancer registries to advance drugs in development and support regulatory review and ultimate drug approval. I want to thank all of the participants, FDA and Project DataSphere, for supporting this critical discussion. And I will now turn the opening remarks back over to Dr. Bill Louv.
Thanks, Julia. You covered that extremely well. I'll try not to go over any of the same ground. That was really great. As I say, we're really proud of this collaboration and the 9 seminars that we've had starting in 2015. And we see ourselves as collaborators, conveners, and catalysts, bringing together scientists from academia, from government, and from industry to work on these opportunities together, to learn from one another, to have these discussions, and to identify actions where we can have positive impact on outcomes for cancer patients. And these symposia have really influenced the scope of research programs at Project DataSphere. So as Julia was talking about the topics of recent symposia, there are research programs at Project DataSphere for each of the last 4, or corresponding to each of the last 4 symposia. So external control arms, IRAE, applying AI to assessing tumor progression, and then, of course, today, looking at the creation of registries for rare diseases. Here's an early advertisement for the next symposium, Symposium 10, tentatively scheduled for spring of 2021. And the topic will be data sharing. Because Project DataSphere, in addition to its research programs, continues to operate an open science, open model data sharing platform. And that platform continues to grow with respect to patient level data that's available on the platform, number of registered users, and the number of peer-reviewed articles that have been published based on the platform, which is now past 85. So it's still a very busy activity. And the next symposium, we'll see, can we take this to yet another level of productivity and output?